Hour number two, Bob Beeler in for Michael Forrest Prater, and we're rocking along with one of the best to ever do it at Boise State. Sharpshooter, Golden State Warriors draft pick, and now he's getting ready to win another championship with a team called Once A Bronco in a tournament called the basketball tournament. Justinian Jessup in studio. We'd like to welcome our Dollar Loan Center video audience to this program. You can watch this on our YouTube channel a little later. Justinian Jessup. Dad gummit, man. It's good to see you in studio. How are you?
Yeah, man, I'm great. Thanks for having me, guys. Yeah, excited to be here. Excited to be back in Boise, playing some hoops again. So, yeah.
Big event on Wednesday for the Once a Bronco event. We'll talk about all that stuff, and hopefully everybody can come out and support this project as well. But before we get into the project, Justinian Jessup, fill us in, man. You know, how's the pro career going right now? What do you have to tell Bronco Nation?
Yeah, no, the pro career is good. Been bouncing around quite a bit. Been in Australia, Spain. This last year I was in New Zealand, and after that season ended, since the NBL season is a little shorter, I was able to go to Germany, finish the year there, and yeah, now I'm back in the States enjoying my summer.
Tell me about this German league you're playing in.
What do you want to know?
What's the style of play, or the size, the physicality? How good is the ball there? Are you the best player in the league? Everything.
Yeah. Look, there's a lot of talented players at the top. Like you have some Carson. You have a lot of players that people would recognize, like Carson Edwards, Matt Thomas. Who played in the NBA for a while. A lot of former NBA guys at the top. The league itself is pretty strong. You have 6 Americans are allowed on each team.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. So you have some good quality imports there, and it is a smaller league. So the foremen are, they're not going to be big and giant. They're more skilled. But yeah, man, it's fun. It's you think Germany, you think soccer. I mean, it is a soccer country, of course, but man, their fans get after it. Like my team back in Germany this year was insane. Their fans were crazy. We'll have to get videos of that.
See that jersey in our studio over there? Jalen Henderson,
yeah,
a former peer of yours, quarterback at Boise State when you were playing at Boise State. He plays football for the highest level of German in the pro league there.
Right.
So Germany, and you don't just have great beer. You have some of Boise State's best athletes the last couple of years,
don't
too.
Sleep on it.
We got Justinian Jessup in studio.
Justinian, when you are there in Germany or when you've played before in Spain and Australia, if you went out, to the supermarket or something, recognizable or not?
Depends. Like I'd say in Australia, yes. In Australia, yes. Just depends on I think in Germany, yeah, they're, because naturally you stand out a little bit. You're a bit taller. In Spain, especially, it's like, oh, this guy's not from here, And so they say something to me in Spanish, and I hear the team name and be like, yeah, I play for them. So yeah.
Now, is your game and what they're asking you to do in all these pro leagues similar? Are you playing the 2? Are you shooting the 3? I mean, would we recognize the game that you're playing over there as what we saw here?
For sure. 3 ball is always going to be my biggest strength, obviously, but I definitely have expanded a little more, like the passing and the floater game is definitely, I'm doing that a lot more. And so the thing about European basketball, it's way more strategic and tactical than what you might see in the NBA or in the States in general. And so a lot more plays, a lot more defensive tactics, a lot of coverages. So, as a basketball player, just my IQ, I think, has increased quite a bit as well.
Again, Justinian Jessup with us in studio for our Dollar Loan Center video segment. Let's get to the TBT.
Yeah.
Let's get to Once a Bronco. You guys are playing on national television on Friday night. You guys are practicing and playing and holding an event at Borah High School on Wednesday night locally.
Yes.
But Justinian Jessup, I mean, why say, okay, I'm going to do this. I'll chase that money at the end of the rainbow. I'll hang out with some of my buddies who I played with before. Just tell us how Justinian Jessup joined this team and the kind of the why and the how.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a great opportunity to get back with some of the guys. It's a great opportunity to get back into Boise, playing, competitive high-level hoops in the middle of summer. It's not something you get to do obviously all the time without this. So yeah, I just, and I always say, like, I have, Boise has a special place in my heart. Like, I really enjoyed my time here. Just the city, the people, the program obviously has really taken off, I feel like, the last few years. So yeah, I don't see as any negatives coming out of this experience.
Now, I find it kind of ironic that we've battled with New Mexico over the years, right?
Yep.
And we're playing basically a New Mexico alumni team in that first round game where
Yes.
you work hard, you practice, it's win, you stay in, lose. Thank you so much for playing. But I find it interesting. Do you play against any of these guys that are former New Mexico people?
Yeah, I think Mathis, I played against him for sure. And then I don't know if I played against any of the other guys. But yeah, I mean, win and you move on, lose and you're done. It's kind of like, we're going back to the Mountain West Conference tournament here, in a few days. So, yeah, should be fun.
I can't wait for this. Again, 6 p.m. Wednesday at Borah. They're calling it the Bronco Legends Classic. Justinian Jessup and the rest of the roster here for Once a Bronco will be on full display. We'll talk about the event in a second here. But Justinian, what do you expect your role to be on Once a Bronco? I mean, do you guys know the starting lineup? How's that going to work? For all these people, there's going to be people listening to the show that can't wait for Friday night to watch you guys play again.
Yeah.
What are they going to see? Give us a peek. Give us stylistically. What are you guys going to look like? What are you trying to get done here?
Yeah. I mean, we're obviously very strong at the guard wing position. We got D-Marks, myself, Boo Kijab, Shaver, Thomas Broplay. So we got some guys there. We feel like we're pretty strong at that position. That's going to be a lot of our offense is playing actions through those guys. A lot of, pick and rolls with, the 5-man. We're gonna be spacing the floor quite a bit. We have great shooters. So yeah, we don't know what the lineups are gonna look like exactly. Today's our first practice in a little bit, and so James Reed's gonna play with that. We're gonna tinker around with that a little bit, but we just need to get some stuff in place first and play around with that. And yeah, but that. The guard play, the wing play, like we're definitely going to use that to our advantage this year, this game.
Wednesday, I believe everything starts around 6 o'clock at Borah High School. And I think one of the things they're doing is a 3-point contest.
Yeah.
Now, are you participating?
Oh, I'll be,
Yeah,
I'm for sure participating.
This is our favorite
What kind of question
here,
is
right?
that? Yeah. No, I'd say I'm the favorite, and
yeah,
for people, you said like people are looking forward to watching on Friday. Like I'd say, come and watch on Wednesday.
That's a better show.
Yeah, that's better in person.
It's $10.
In person. Yep. Yeah.
So have you been in a 3-point contest before? And what's the key?
Ooh.
I mean, you got the balls on the rack. So is there any strategy involved to?
Well, we're not doing the NBA typical 3-point contest. We're doing 1 minute at one spot, as many as you can make. Go from there. And I'm pretty sure I still hold the record, because this was a drill we do in the summers with the team. I'm pretty sure I still hold the record for that drill. So I'm feeling confident.
What number, man?
Oh, I think it was 80-ish. No, this was 3 minutes. So it would have been like 30 something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can choose your spot.
And,
and Marcus Shaver, who's another pretty good shooter.
Yeah.
He can choose if his spot's different, he could be at a different spot on the floor.
Yeah, he can choose a different spot.
Wherever you want.
I think I might go top of the key though.
Steph Curry would go half court. And he probably went too. Speaking of which, I know me and Bob wanted to talk to you about this. Like the Warriors drafted you a few years ago. We're like, oh, this is so sweet. Another Boise State player drafted. Do they still technically have your rights? Where is Justinian Jessup? I don't know if the NBA is even a pipe dream for you anymore. Fill us in on that. You were a drafted player, Justinian.
Yeah. No, they still have my rights. They'll continue to own my rights until, I go to a training camp or they waive them or whatever. And so, yeah, man, I mean, I played Summer League my first 2 years. The thing about the training camp situation, it's in October, and by that time, overseas teams are already playing games, and so the scheduling is a little bit tough there. And so I haven't felt like there's been a season or moment where I felt like, I'm going to go in there and earn a spot and earn a two-way or something. So yeah, I still believe that day is coming though, feeling confident about where my game's at and going back overseas. And yeah, I'm going to for sure give it a shot again. someday.
Love to hear it.
We're visiting with Boise State's all-time three-point shooter, 322 made for Justinian Jessup. He's also the record holder for the Mountain West as well. So what are plans now? You've kind of globe-trotted, if you will. You've been down in the Australia, New Zealand area. You've been in Spain. You've been in Germany. Is it set yet where you're going for this coming year, or is it still to be determined?
Not set yet. No, to be determined. Got some stuff in the works. But yeah, can't quite say yet. But no, I'm definitely excited about the season to come. I think it's going to be a big year. I know it's going to be a big year. And then the opportunities that are going to come after this season, whether that be summer league, training camp, or just a really great European job, whatever it is, I'm really excited for what God's got in store.
Justinian, who's the dude on your Once a Bronco team that you can't wait to play with again?
Who?
I mean, they're probably all of them, but just
the thing is, I only have one guy on there that I played with.
Max.
Oh, actually, no, a couple.
Yeah.
I had Abu was on the team for like half a season because of the transfer.
Mm-hmm.
Max, I guess technically yes. Even though he didn't play a ton my senior year.
Yep.
You know what though? I'm really looking forward to playing with D-Marks. Like former Mountain West Player of the Year, carried the boys to NCAA tournament berth, just absolute 2 NCAA tournament berths. Yeah, absolute killer. Like I'm looking forward to playing with him. I think he's gonna do great things.
I think you guys are going to be wonderful in the backcourt. And how in a game, maybe if you don't have quite the size inside, you've played a lot of basketball. How can you make what you have as a positive and neutralize a little bit if the other team's bigger?
Yeah, I mean, if the other team's bigger, they're going to have problems guarding us, right? Because, we have a shooter at the 5 position now, so we're just going to play pick and pops. We're going to make them come guard us out on the 3-point line and, see what they want. They're going to have to respond to us, because we got guys who can create. We got D-Marks, we got Abu, Shaver, we got shooters all around. So, we'll see what they try to do to that, how they try to respond to that.
You're gonna do basketball forever, future coach Justinian. You want to try to get on a bench once the playing career is over? I mean, are you just all about basketball?
Yeah, totally. I think basketball for sure in the future is an avenue for me to help people. I would love to be a coach, player development in some sort of capacity, but I think like it's just an avenue. It's a way to help others, way to help younger guys, kind of find themselves, help, go make some money, figure out who they are, like just turn into better men. I've had a ton of coaches who have, led me in that way. So I want to be that person for somebody or multiple people in the future as well.
You've had a chance to play the game of basketball in multiple countries.
Yeah.
What has that taught you about the game? Maybe it will help make you a better coach by seeing how they do it in so many different places.
Yeah, you just get so many different feels for, different coaches, different play styles, different way of handling people, I think that's a big one in coaching. Yeah, just the styles, and it's so like, it's just so cool, like being in different countries, even though it's tough, being away from family and whatnot and unfamiliar places. It's like you get exposed to stuff that you wouldn't have seen otherwise. And it's like, oh man, there's other ways to like do life. There's other ways to live, go about your business, like just all sorts of things, so that's been really one of the more positive things about going overseas.
And how do you break the language barrier? I got to believe that on some teams, the coaches or the players or yourself, when you're in somebody else's country, you're the one that everybody else speaks whatever the language is and you don't. So how do you overcome that?
Well, fortunately, like on the teams like that I've played on, in Spain and Germany, like that hasn't been too much of an issue. And Germany, especially, like it's, they're all super smart. They all speak great English, even like outside of the team. But
really,
yeah. Oh man, they're super high achieving in that aspect. Spain was a different story though. Spain was a little tough when I got, kind of in a very Spanish town, not a lot of international people. It was like, even going to the grocery store was a challenge sometimes.
Justinian Jessup with us. Justinian, tell us about the Bronco Legends Classic. Tips off 6 p.m. Wednesday night at Borah High School. $10 gets you in to support what you guys are doing. The money is to essentially raise money for the travel and all the expenses you guys have to do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this thing isn't free, We've had some amazing boosters come through and support us. James Reed is doing a great job of, fundraising and just putting this whole thing together, organizing the whole thing. And so, like, I think the bare minimum, if you've ever invested in the program, if you've come to Boise State games, if you're a fan, the bare minimum is just, pull up to Borah High at 6 p.m. There's going to be food trucks. There's going to be music, a DJ, MC. We're going to have contests. Like, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a great night. And so if, that's just one very, very simple way you can support us is just, it's $10 a ticket. It's nothing, bring your kids. Like you're going to see a bunch of old players who had a lot of success here. So, yeah.
I don't know that I would use the word old to describe you. If you're in your prime, I was looking 26.
Oh, I'm not talking about me. I'm not old.
Okay.
We won't name the other.
Well, but it's funny. It's all relative, right? I mean, you come back and you see these freshmen that are like, what, 18 years old?
Yeah, 18. They're just getting started, man. It's like, man, where did the time go? That was all of us.
3 straight trips to the dance.
Yep.
And my gosh, I love what's coming back. I'm trying to temper my expectations before I just start giving Leon trips to the dance beforehand, right? But I know you've been down under. I know you've been in Germany, but I also know you love Leon Rice and Boise State hoops.
Yep.
How exciting has this been for you the last 3 years and really see right today, Justinian Jessup, your program is in pretty damn good shape right now, huh?
Oh, it totally is. I mean, Leon and, Jeremiah Dickey have done an amazing job just boosting this thing, getting it to, to a point where it was, every few years we can get in there, get into the tournament, make things happen. To now it's like we're consistently at the top of the Mountain West, making the tournament, not even automatic bids. We're getting at larges, in such a tough league as well. Last year the league was crazy. And so, man, it just makes me super happy. And churning out really good players, guys that are going to have really good careers professionally and just even better as guys, it's pretty cool to see and pretty cool to know that, like, I was a part of that process as well.
In the 4 years you were here, go back to the time, let's say the summer. You're coming in now in the summer to get ready as a freshman until the time you graduated. What way do you think you improved the most?
Ooh, like as a basketball player?
Yeah. What part of your game took the biggest strides in the 4 years you were here?
Yeah, when I was here. Ooh, man, that's that's a good question. I think just the overall mentality, like going from my first 2 years, I was pretty, we had Chandler Hutchison, like, you're not gonna have I was on the perimeter just like watching him doing his thing, hitting threes when I needed to. And then to go from that to like more of a scoring role, I think that was probably the biggest thing that developed, going into like a more of a scorer, playing off the bounce, cuts, floaters, etc. Just kind of that switch in mentality. Had some coaches that really helped me with that. And so I'd say that was probably the biggest jump I made.
All right, then we'll go further. From the time you finished at Boise State until now, how do you think you've gotten better?
Just reading the game. Like I said, when I first got to Spain, Australia is a little similar to the U.S. in terms of play style, pretty up-tempo, athletic guys. Spain, you get there, it's all tactical, man. Like I had, a few dudes that were in their 30s, had been playing overseas for a really long time. They just saw the game at such a high level, like playing pick and rolls, making the right pass every single time, and just being in that every day for like 9-10 months and just seeing that, I feel like it just took my game to a whole nother level in terms of decision making in certain areas.
Justinian Jessup with us again, two-time All Mountain West player and one of the best shooters in Boise State and Mountain West history, getting ready for the basketball tournament. Friday night, Once A Bronco, their team will play on national television, but we want to see everybody first Wednesday at Borah High. James, I'm sorry, Justinian, the team on this, I was about to call you James Reed because of the team James Reed is putting together. But what do you know, if anything, about your opponent? It's some Mexico guys. Is James Reed trying to find some tape somewhere, somehow? Like, are you guys going into this thing blind with your opponents?
No, we're not going in blind. In terms of, we're not going to know what like certain plays or defense they're going to play. It's TBT. They kind of, but we do know their players. Obviously, the roster came out today, I think. And so they have 3 really strong guards, 3 high-level guards. And that's going to be, the biggest task that we're going to have to solve on Friday is finding out a way to stop those guys, making them work on defense, and yeah, that's going to be where the game is won. Is stopping those dudes.
So what's the idea of practice? How are they going to? I mean, this is a short turnaround.
Yeah,
you're going to
short
practice
prep
today.
time.
You're going to practice tomorrow. You're going to play another pickup team basically on Wednesday that we're going to watch. And then are you going to get a chance to practice? You're going to travel Thursday, but you're going to have a practice on Thursday?
No, it'll be a travel day, more of a rest day too, because we're
Uh-huh.
going 3 days in a row. But yeah, I mean, the idea is I think today is kind of an install day, get our offense and defensive concepts in, play a little bit, obviously, get up and down, get some bump. And then the next 2 days, we're going to have scrimmages and just get live reps. That's really what it is. It's just getting live reps, getting some repetition within those concepts, getting used to each other a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of what the next few days looks like a little bit.
This is going to be fun. I know BNN, our partners there. BJ's streaming it. I think I'm on the call with them. I'm going to head down after the show on Wednesday and let's pack that gym. And
yes, let's pack it. Come on,
get
boys,
you guys a few extra resources to get down there with, and just you a chance, Justinian Jessup. I don't know the last time you've been able to sign autographs for Boise State fans.
It hasn't been since senior night, I would say.
So you guys, and he's going to be there. He wants to hang out with you guys. So Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Borah High. I'm going to see Once A Bronco in the Bronco Legends Classic. Anything else you want to say to this town, this community, to get their butts in those seats at Borah?
No, I gave my pitch, man. I gave my pitch. If you're a supporter of this program, then we need to see you there. We would love to see you there. And who knows? Maybe you can get some one-on-one action after the game.
Yes,
with one of your favorite players.
Yeah, Justinian Jessup will dunk on you, and we'll take a picture of it. And then you can have a picture of it. Justinian, great catching up.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we see you. Extend this professional career as long as you want it in whatever league you want. But first, let's get this thing going, man. Let's get on our run.
Yep.
In TBT. Can't wait to see what you guys do.
Millie. Yep. Thanks, guys.
All right. He's Justinian Jessup. That's why you listen to Idaho Sports Talk. Beeler's in for Prater. Prater on the ball game. KTIK, the ticket.
From the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Studios, this is Ticket Traffic.